Ladies and gentlemen, the Solana ecosystem call. Tonight, Metamask, Solflare, Camino Finance, SolJake, and more with your host, Kash Donda.
I drop a little GM in the chat if you guys are feeling good today. I'm feeling great. Here's what the agenda is going to look like. We're going to start off with the... Sorry, the chat is making me laugh here. The agenda is we're going to start off with the wins of the month. Then we have our special guest, Ellie, which I know people are very excited for. Ellie's top 5 is coming in around breakpoint. W's are already coming just because Ellie is here. That alone is a W, very clearly. Then we're going to have the thing... We're going to be playing the Soylana guessing game, which I'm going to tell you right now, I am very nervous about. It's a new idea. I don't know if it's going to work at all. Let's find out. So definitely stick around for that. Then we have alpha drops from some awesome guests. We have Christian from Metamask here. We're going to have Philip from the Solflare team, and then Thomas from Camino revealing Camino 2.0 at the end, which is pretty incredible. We got work to earn, and then we'll premiere SolJake's video and do some giveaways at the end. So do stick around. Packed call, says Gregory. Absolutely right. 2.0, baby. Here we go. So my video, of course, immediately overwhelmed by all the energy coming at it. My video had to turn off, but I think now it's around. Don't forget about the best Twitter thread bounty, says Alex. Alex, I would never dream of it. If you are new here, we do offer a $50 bounty for the best recap thread of the ecosystem call. It is on earn.superteam.fun. It is a great way to make $50, but more importantly, it's a great way to help spread the message, get some views, pick up some followers. If I see you posting about this, I will follow you for sure. Nick says, I need a slide deck tutorial. These slides are fire. Shout out to the whole team that put these slides together, not just me. Srijani, Yash, Jaris, and a few others as well. Okay, the events team is scouted. So don't forget about this. We are going to get going here. People ready for the wins of the month? People feeling good? Yeah? That is the little thief song that we have for wins of the month. Let's get into it here. We have a bunch to go through in a few different sections. We're going to start off with one called We Like the Tech. Because surprise, surprise, people like the tech. Number one win. For me, not enough people are talking about this. It's actually part of the reason we have the guest list we have here. Metamask has added support for Solana through Solflare, which means that the 30 million users that Metamask has can now use any Solana dApp basically seamlessly. Drop a little W in the chat for the friends over at Metamask, helping to expand the pie. We're no longer in this PvP thing. Oh, are you Solana? Are you Ethereum? Are you this? Are you that? Everyone should be able to use every chain and just experience the beauty of Solana. So big W's coming in the chat for those folks. We're going to see this later on. You're going to see a live demo of this in like 20 minutes. Win number 2, Eclipse. ETH's fastest L2 powered by the SVM. Now, this is a little bit of a controversial one. Some people on Twitter are saying, oh, this is so bad for Solana and so on. Could not be more mistaken. In my mind, this is a thing that shows that we like the tech. The SVM is just superior to a lot of other virtual machines. No names going to be shared in particular, but this means more developers building on top of SVM. It means easier bridges into the ETH network. And most of all, it's another sign that shows the credibility of how good the tech is. This is after Visa has agreed that the tech is great. This is after Shopify has agreed the tech is great, and so on and so forth. People are going to crash the Zoom chat right now. And I think it's great. Yeah, please keep spamming those W's. Because next up, we have another very important win here. The Validator 1.16 update has rolled out. This is what innovation looks like, folks. It keeps happening. The network stays up. We're at like 8 months of straight uptime. Hallelujah. Inshallah, that doesn't change. Confidential transfers are now here. It's faster. It just moves better. And it's better optimization for data storage. All of those things that help make those Lambos come. I see somebody saying when Lambo in the chat. This is the kind of stuff that makes the Lambos happen. And a special side shout out to our guy, Chris from Super Team Germany, who's become a little bit of an influencer himself, going viral like this. Shout out to Zupa Team as well, Chris W's. All right, win number 4 for We Like the Tech. Helio is now powering crypto payments for WooCommerce. Little fun fact about me, back in the day, I had an agency. We used to do some stuff with WordPress. WooCommerce was the default e-commerce plugin for WordPress, which has, as you can see, 3.3 million users around the world. This is in addition to the 4 million Shopify stores that exist. Spoiler alert, Solana is great for payments, and we love to see this. Big shout out to the Helio Pay team for making this happen. Common Web3W says harsh. He's not wrong. All right, the next section of wins, doing numbers. Some big numbers coming across the network in the last 30 days. The first one is Solana shining here with a lot of net inflows. People maybe saw this. I wanted to bring this up in case people didn't fully kind of grok what's going on here. Over the course of the year, the last 31 weeks, sometimes there are net inflows bridging into Solana. Sometimes there are net outflows bridging out of Solana or any other network. And what you will see is that Solana has 27 weeks of inflows. That means almost always people are bringing more money onto Solana than they're taking off it. That is great. That is why partially the TVL is rising. That is why you're feeling the vibe starting to change. And if you look over here, it's one of the very few networks where that is true. That surprisingly short Bitcoin is doing very well. That is, of course, Bitcoin's dwarf brother. Anyway, shout out to Solana and everyone who's bridging over and experiencing it for themselves. Win number 6. Another just massive number happening here. 5 million unique kilometers mapped over on Hivemapper. Drop a W for Hivemapper in the chat. That's crazy. Faster than Google was moving across right now. Solana is great for payments. It's great for DePIN as well, as you can see. So big shout out to Hivemapper. Excellent work on their side. As fast as Solana, says actually, that's not wrong. Win number 7. 50 million CNFTs. That boggles the mind. I mean, look at this chart, folks. Look at this chart. This is what like real world usable tech looks like. CNFTs, massive right now. They are the dramatic majority of all NFTs happening on Solana. And we love to see that this is just on Metaplex as well. So shout out to Metaplex, says Danny. Absolutely right. And shout out to the Step Finance team for actually surfacing this insight as well. Jesus Silva says, bro, Solana is the future. Not wrong. I got not a single lie was told. And then win number 8, Star Atlas is crushing right now. I don't know if people have been paying attention to this. I personally am not as much of a gamer, so I can sometimes miss these things. I'm sure there's other people like me in this call. I wanted to make sure we talked about this. They are doing 1 million transactions a day right now. They just posted, they did 1 million transactions in a day on their new game. 1 million. Can you understand? That's crazy. 6,000 profiles doing all of this on chain. Love to see it. It's now 3% of all daily active Solana transactions. When you hear people get excited about Web3 gaming and how it's going to bring on more users and bring more demand for block space, this is why, folks. This is a single game that has not been out that long, and already it's dominating. So we love to see it. Shout out to Star Atlas, former guests of the ecosystem call. Okay, next up, we got shipments. We only got 2 more sections of wins. You're going to want to hover your finger above the W key for this one, because the next one right now, Squads V4. Anyone here use Squads? Any love for Squads in the chat? We like the Squads. We do. Goated team. Big shout out to Steban and the rest of the team. V4 is their best multi-sig in all of crypto. This is one of the products when I talk to crypto native people or VCs or whoever to tell them this is where Solana product excellence can be found. You can really feel the quality here. If you're not using Squads V4, we cannot be friends. So shout out to the team. Go check that out. Me and my girlfriend uses Squads, so we can't break up, says Danny. It's a great marriage contract. They should just make it mandatory in Vegas as people get married to do this. Win number 10, the homies over at TipLink, previous guest on the ecosystem call, possibly twice. They have just launched some Chef's Kiss nice gift cards here. So now if you are in 50 countries, you can now instantly off-ramp using these gift cards across 2,500 different providers. This is, again, another way that we make crypto real and easy. TipLink, the wallet is in the link, or the link is the wallet. Makes it super easy. You can send somebody a link. They can then use that crypto, take it out directly into a gift card. We heart TipLink. We heart Sierra Leone apparently as well. There's a lot of Sierra Leone flags in the chat right now, which is great. Shout out to ChristX and the homie Colin. Win number 11, Jupiter ships the bridge comparator. Comparator? I don't know how to say it, but it works super well. Hopefully you're mostly bridging onto Solana, but in case you're looking to bridge off as well, this is great. If you have some ETH friends that maybe haven't tried it before, send them over here. They can compare all the bridges all in one place, see what the best pricing is. It is lovely. Mark says comparator in all caps. She's saying comparatoring. Absolutely. ETH Chads love Solana, says Danny. That's right. Okay, that is around the shipments. So a number of very fun shipments here. Let's talk about the community wins next. Solana's got the best tech, and it's got the best community. These are just 2 facts that I think exist in the world. Let's see what some of those community wins were. First one, big shout out to Ellie and the rest of the events team here. The India Hacker Houses smashed it here. 1,000 plus attendees. Day one of Mumbai, 697 people came out in the depths of a bear market. First time we'd done anything in Mumbai. The event was crazy. Things were flawless. I mean, there was too many people. They couldn't even get in until some magic from the events team. Shout out to Asia and Super Duper Crazy. But they really ended up crushing. If you were there, drop a little W in the chat. And even if you weren't there, drop a W anyway. These hacker houses were a smashing success. Next up on the community win side is, what's going on here? Solana All-Stars has been crushing, a group that not enough people know about. Do we have anyone here from Solana All-Stars? Can you drop a little W in the chat if you know these folks? Colin, I see Ayush, a few people. Yeah, okay, good. In the way that Super Team helps onboard producers to Solana, people with talent who want to develop, design, market, whatever else it might be, Solana All-Stars focuses on bringing on the users that will feature very heavily as we kind of hit the mainstream, right? Onboarding people, showing how Solana can help them in their daily lives in Nigeria and Turkey. Big shout out to George and Chris and the rest of the gang over there, as well as to Zuby and Harry over at Super Team Nigeria. Nice little partnership happening on that side as well. Win number 14. This is a big one. This is just a genuine question for everyone. Genuine question for here. If you like money, you should be listening to me right now. What has just been launched through the Open Block team and the Solana Foundation is retroactive grants funding. This is a crazy concept to people who are new to crypto. If you're in crypto for a bit, maybe you're familiar with this. The idea is if you've done anything good for the ecosystem, public goods, largely that's going to be around tooling. Maybe it's content. Maybe it's something else I don't even know about. Ritu from Atlanta saying public goods for the win. Absolutely. You can now go apply. You can nominate anybody. I believe you can nominate yourself. Probably looks better if somebody else nominates you. But you can nominate anyone else who's done great work, and they will get a share of $250,000, which is pretty incredible. So definitely encouraged to go check this out. Shout out to Andrea and Shiwa from the grants team, who are, I think, in the chat and who are also helping make this happen. Tanner says, wow. And he's not wrong. Wow is right. Free money for public good builders, says Rika. Yeah, this is exactly what we need. Nominate Cash for being an excellent host, says Samya. That's very kind. I could use the money for more sound effects mostly. Probably not the best use of funds. Anyway, win number 15, we have 5,000 builders competing at Hyperdrive. Anyone here competing at Hyperdrive right now? He says, I don't know if I should listen to the news or me. Listen to me for sure. Yeah, there's some IMs, there are some Ws coming through. Excellent. You have until October 15th. 52. Hold on. I need a record scratch sound effect at some point. I'm just going to drop a... Jesus. 50 plus people already from Sierra Leone signed up. Shout out to Colin and the rest of the gang. Here's what I would say. Go sign up if you haven't already. There's still plenty of time to participate. There will be winners who are made within a single week. It is not as hard as it once was. And if you need some extra support, which country is leading, says Rishabh? Rishabh, you know the answer to that, buddy. That would be India, the OG super team country, is leading in registrations, but we'll see who's leading in submissions and prizes. That's ultimately what's going to matter to folks. Speaking of prizes, and followed by Vietnam, big shout out to An and the Vietnam team. They have just gone crazy this time around, quite frankly. Win number 16, build stations are live all around the world, folks. If you are building for Hyperdrive, or if you just like hanging out with cool people, go over to the local build station. There's one right now in the UK, there's one in Berlin, and there's a few others all around the world. India, I think, is starting tomorrow. Naman is at the London build station right now, reporting live. Tell us how it is. I already know how it is. The vibes are immaculate. If you are at the build station or just competing in the hackathon, last quick win as of right now. This is a little world premiere right here. I don't even have a good sound effect for that. That's the best one that I got. We are releasing right now. This is the first group of people that is noticing this. We are releasing a new hackathon pitch deck template. So if you are working for Hyperdrive or for anything else, honestly, if you just have a startup, excellent deck here with a ton of insights. We'll share this out on Twitter as well afterwards. So just follow us and you'll get that. If you need any more hackathon resources, hackathon.superteam.fun. Okay. That was a very crisp clap on my part. Any wins that we missed, folks, before we go? W pitch deck says, yeah, it's pretty good. I got to say, I do love it. Alex's W as well. Any other wins from the community that we missed over the last 30 days? University credits for building on Solana out of Super Team Vietnam. If you are listening to this in Vietnam, go talk to An and Super Team Vietnam. You can get college credits for building. Crazy. Nigeria build station coming in 2 different cities from Monday. Love to see it. On-chain Raccoon just launched. All right. Ticket, let's see. Anything else? All right. how to call about evaporating texts. That's right. A nice deep dive on compression from Helios. People can check the chat. There's too many wins, man. Too many wins. All right, let's keep going now. Let's move over next to all right, this is a really quick one here. We're just going to jog through a metrics minute of what's going on the network. Solana's total value locked up 10% month on month. I believe this is the 2023 height so far, so high for the year, which we love to see. The big number this month, active wallets down 30% month on month, which is pretty interesting, I must say. After trying to research it a little bit more, it seems that it is largely bot behavior that is down, and that many accounts are the accounts that were not paying their own gas, that had their gas paid for them, have stopped being used. Part of this is due to some of the network upgrades, like priority fees, where you no longer need to just spam the network with multiple bots in order to get a transaction through. But it's interesting to note that while active wallets are down a lot, non-voting text transactions per day basically flat. Right? So we have 30% less active wallets, but the active wallets that are there are actually doing 30% more transactions, which is quite an interesting thing to see. It means people are getting more value and using the network more, which is ultimately what matters. Speaking of what matters, total staking wallets now at 740,000 almost, which is another increase. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Stake your goddamn soul, people. Stake your soul if you have not already. And validators basically flat month on month, but a lot of good stuff happening there. Okay, that is indeed the state of Solana in just a minute. Ask not what your blockchain can do for you, but what you can do for your blockchain. That is right. All right, folks. Next up, we have another segment that I think everyone's going to very much enjoy. Special guest time, special guest time. I knew that Ellie in particular would like these. So our next guest up is the mind behind the hacker houses. If you've been to a hacker house, drop an HH in the chat for me, please. If you've been to a hacker house, yeah, okay, a lot of people have. She's also the mind behind Breakpoint. Has anyone here been to Breakpoint? Drop a little BP if you've been to Breakpoint before. There we go. And by the way, best shoe game on Solana. Drop a little W if you've ever seen Ellie's shoes up close and personal. I am very excited to welcome on the ecosystem call, Ellie Platis from the Solana Foundation. Ellie, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, this call is fire. I'm doing amazing. And hello from Amsterdam. I'm actually at the Breakpoint campus taking this call. I hope everyone's amazing.
Speaking of which, you're getting some love in the chat already, Ellie. Speaking of which, what we want to do now for the next few minutes is get your top 5. No one knows more about Breakpoint than Ellie does. So Ellie, can you break down your top 5 things that you are excited about for Breakpoint this year?
Yes, Cash and Friends. Oh my God, this is so hard. But if I'm going to go 1 through 5, first of all is brand new city, frictionless movement, bringing Breakpoint to one campus, still having decentralized buildings for all the different stages. But I'm super excited to bring it all on one campus so that there's no more than a 5-minute walk from building to building. That's probably huge. Number 1. For those of you that have been at Breakpoint, you're not going to lose conversation and connection as you go from building to building. That would
very good. I think that's a pretty great one. How about Solana Pay activations powered by Venta?
Oh, I'm so excited about this too. This is the first time that we are going to, we've been doing it at the Hacker House, so that would be a lie, but we actually are partnering with Selecta, which is a vending company, to do smart vending machines using USDC as well. So that's super awesome. So shout out to the Venta team for helping make that possible.
Solana Pay doing it. I hear some rumors. There might be some announcements, Ellie. Is that true?
So true. And I feel like I wish I could give you all more alpha than that, but there's going to be 20 plus amazing announcements off the main stage. So super excited about that. Throw a tulip in the chat if you're going to be at Breakpoint, if you already have your tickets. If you don't, please get them. But yes, super excited about those announcements. Can't wait.
There's going to be some big ones. Big was an important word to include in here. Also, I love that people are just writing tulip rather than getting the tulip emoji, which is great. All right, next one up over here, Ellie.
Basecamp. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. And this comes from feedback from all of you, where Breakpoint has been amazing and exhilarating and everything in between. There hasn't been really a place necessarily that different community team members and allow them to activate. So we have over 28 teams coming together to activate in one space on the campus, which is awesome. And this can be like a community hub where you can just pop in, grab a cup of coffee and hang out. And I will also drop a little alpha that some of the teams are going to be selling merch there too, also powered by Venta.
Oh, Ooh, that's all these. I've been in crypto long enough to know that there's two things people love, and number one is definitely merch. And also, you're getting some new names in here. Basecamp might have to be the switch from Basecamp. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
No, and Cash is going to DJ.
And I'm going to DJ, and I will be there pounding coffees in the background and screaming until people throw me out of the venue, basically. The next one up here, you had already mentioned a little bit around the one campus.
Yeah, I mean, just being here again today, I'm like even more excited. I can't wait. LFG, it's going to be awesome. I mean, it's just, we have two ways of getting here, either by bus or by boat, because it wouldn't be coming to Amsterdam unless getting on a boat. But it's going to be amazing because you're not going to lose those connections. And I often feel like you bump into somebody, like at least for me last year, and I didn't get to see the teams. And like here, you can walk with them and you won't lose them. And the chance that you're going to bump into them is far greater again. So very excited about that.
As am I. And also, it's just going to be nice for everyone to be outside the venues at the same point, like kind of talking, mingling, getting all that energy kind of condensed in one place is going to be fantastic. And then number one in your top 5 was Anatoly's opening.
Anatoly's opening. I feel like for me, like last year, like just hearing him speak inspired me, and I think helped me go into the next year even more excited. So I just can't wait for him to kick us off. So I'm excited about that.
Pretty good. Can you say anything? I know this is now, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit.
Oh boy.
Can you say anything about the screen that is coming to this thing? Which, if you're listening to this and you're like, why is Cash excited about a screen? You would be too if you have seen it. Can you tell the people anything about what that stage looks like?
Which one? Because there's 3 and they're all yummy, but the sexiest
That's
of
a
the
flex right there.
I know is the main stage. If you see if you've seen the logo for this year, it almost looks like there's like a swoop S in the middle. We actually traced that to build out the main stage screen, and straight up alpha, it's 150 feet. It's massive.
150 feet. That's like at least 10 times as tall as me. That is very
50 feet wide, I should say, but it is a massive, sexy stage that is going to be just fire when you walk in. So
the metric people in the audience are not loving the feet. What is 150 feet in meters? It's probably like 1,000 meters, something like that. I don't know. It's I'll use it with real metric.
But yes, feet.
Folks, the world is trying to come together. We do not need an imperial versus metric war happening in the chat here.
No, we don't. We don't have time for that.
That's right. Thank you, G. As normal, a peacemaker's thing is 45 meters or so that are coming through. Pretty fantastic. Folks, if you do not have a Breakpoint ticket yet, go get one. If you have a Breakpoint ticket, plan to get there early. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff happening. Ellie, thank you so much for coming on. Anything else you want to say to folks to make sure that they come to Breakpoint?
Yeah, just don't have FOMO. Get your ticket. Can't wait to see you all soon. See you in like less than 30 days. So see you in Amsterdam, everyone.
Fantastic. People are saying scoot a lot in the chat, which does that mean something to you?
Yes. Scoot is like a underground scooting club within the community. So I am the owner of that chat. So
what?
Yep.
And here I thought we were friends. Scooter.
I mean, after hearing you DJ and the sound effects, you might just get a spot, Cash.
All I can say. All right. Shout out, add me to the Scoot chat. Thank you so much for coming on, Ellie. Drop a little W in the chat for Ellie coming on, and do come to Breakpoint. We're going to play a little game called the Soylana guessing game. Are people in the mood for a game here? The idea is to kind of make this a little interactive and build up some hype before we go. Drop a little yes, let's go. Okay, Solana, man, let's unite. So here's how this game is going to work. It's a real test. God, I am so nervous. I'm going to throw up some emojis on the screen, and then I want you to tell me in the chat who these emojis refer to. All right, that's the game. You got to guess who the emojis refer to. We're going to start off with an easy one, okay? And now I'm going to play my music as well. All right, here we go. The Solana guessing game. The first one, it's a man with a beard. All right, so we see Mert, totally Mert, Raj, okay? Then there's a cross emoji. And then there's a backpack. Anyone know who this might be? I see some people have gotten it. That is right. It is indeed the one, the only, the Mr. Armani Ferrante, Solana Jesus from Building Backpack. All right, good. That was an easy one. We were warming people up a little bit. People got that pretty quick. You did shave though, says Danny. That's right. All right, let's try this again. We're going to try number 2 here. All right, so we got a selfie. Somebody who takes a lot of selfies. I don't know who this would be. Saga. got some muscles to it. So I see Tony, Jakey, Solana Mobile, Colin, Jakey, Olivier. All right, Saga. And then there's a little wing over here. And I think now people are getting it. Prado Park. It is indeed the one, the only Jordash himself, the certified Solana pusher. Keep an eye out for Icarus, folks. It is coming. All right. Are people liking this? Is this working or not? I can't 100% tell. Yes. All right. Cool. Cool. The next two are going to get a little bit harder, though. So let's see. Let's go to the next one here. Okay. Who got that first? That would have been Jay. Well done. Sujiko coming out soon. All right. For this next one, we have a little typewriter. We have this little scroll. Oh, people have already got this. This one was maybe too easy. Okay, this is indeed the one, the only Mr. DGen Poet, who we do love, making some fire artwork over on Drip House. If you don't know who these people are, by the way, go check them out on Twitter. They're all making great contributions to the ecosystem and crushing it. DGen Poet was the answer for number 3. Ohas has his entire CNFT collection, and you should too. Shout out to him. All right, we only have 2 more. I think, or is it only 1 more? I can't remember. Subscribe to DGen Poet on Drip House, says Kevin, and he is correct. All right, number 4, we have the sun. We have a rolling eyes emoji. BitBoy, says Steve. Kimosabe, says Angry Cassis, okay. And then we have a little bird. Vixit, Colin, Elon, says Christian. Mert, Solflare, Luca, Mert, Solarplex. The eye roll was the dead giveaway. It is, in fact, if you said Mert, you are correct. The Soylana Mom, as I think he's been calling himself lately. Shout out to Soylana Mom, Mert, best beard in all of crypto. And then we have one last one here, folks, before we get to the alpha drops. Let me play the music. This is, I think, I don't know if it's the hardest one or easiest one. Let's find out. First one is a shirt. Any guesses on the shirt? Cash, I do wear shirts. That is true. Oh, is it because I wear a polo? Is that what it is? I don't know. All right, so it's not me. All right, folks, it's not me. All right, Chase, and then there's a stop icon. It was saying Tony or Toli, shirt that, and then there's a camera icon. Does anyone have a guess on who this might be? Jakey, and Anatoly. I think some people are getting it. This is good. Half the people are getting it, and half of them are not. It is not Jakey, although Jakey does not wear a shirt often. It is indeed Nude DeFi Guy, as Jairus has said. It's the homie Mac Brennan building out margin-free Mac Brennan. People, I think Twitter took him down for something, making great explainers, shirtless in those videos. Go check him out if you want to go learn more about DeFi. Christian says he's back. Oh, excellent. 1 billion in volume in margin-fi. They're doing nicely. Account suspended. All right, everybody. That was the Soylana guessing game. How do we like it? Let's say 1 to 10. Give me a little number in the chat. How do people feel about this game? Should we run this back next time? I don't know. See, 10, 158. I appreciate the honest answers. 8, 9, 100, 11, a billion. Okay. Generally 150 feet, 10 times my height. Run it back. All right. Asking for feedback in the chat. I have now learned. Maybe not the best idea. So anyway, let's move over to the next section, the section that you're all here for.
Alpha drops.
Alpha drops is upon us. Here we go. So good. We have 3 excellent projects here to tell you all about the incredible work that they have been doing. Let's start off with the first ever ETH guest on this show, which we love to see, bridging the divide. It was the first wallet I ever had. It was probably the first wallet many of you had. It's the best known wallet in the game. Please drop a little GM for the head of the Metamask Snaps program, none other than Mr. Christian. GM, Christian, how you feeling?
I'm good ever since I saw this picture of me. How did you get this picture of me?
Oh, this is just what you look like in all of our minds, my friend. I gotta say, the purple suit does you well. Big shout out to Jarvis, who makes all of these Chad photos for everybody. Yes, sir. So what can you tell us about MetaMask Snaps for the people that maybe have not seen it yet?
Yeah, so Snaps is a way to add new features to MetaMask. And so when you install a Snap, it'll expand the functionality of MetaMask. And there is now a Snap built by the Solflare team, which is a full-blown Solana wallet. And you can use it to connect to Solflare, to Radium. You can use it with any dApp that adds support for the Snap. And it now makes it possible for you to hold Solana assets and NFTs in your MetaMask wallet. You'll actually have a Solana address that's derived from your SRP. If you ever delete the Snap and reinstall it, you'll get the same address back, and you can use it with the whole Solana ecosystem. It's a great way to get your MetaMask friends onboarded to Solana, to try it out, to go start exploring Solana apps, get their assets off of exchanges. I just withdrew some Solana from Coinbase to my MetaMask today. So yeah, you can use this now to use Solana with MetaMask, and we're really excited about this.
And does this require any like special things from a developer side, or this is an open program, anyone can start to implement this?
So anyone can start using the snap and start exploring the snaps that are available. As a developer, if you want to make your own snaps, we have another version of MetaMask called MetaMask Flask, and that's where you can start building snaps. You can go through our documentation and learn how to build your own snaps.
Beautiful. Can we actually see a demo of the MetaMask snap in action? Would you be able to show us?
Yeah, I can show you that right now, actually.
Let's run it up. All right. So what we're about to see, folks, is just using MetaMask, how you can interact with Solana applications.
All right. So you can all see my screen now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if you go to metamask.io/snaps and you click on Discover Snaps, that will take you to our Snaps directory. And from here, you can find the Solana wallet by Solflare. So I already have it installed. And if I uninstall it, I can show you how I go about installing it here. So give me just 1 second. This is my MetaMask wallet. I think you can all see it.
We can indeed. I was half
So
hoping there'd be like a billion ETH in there or something, but we know you are not Satoshi. All
I
right.
can't show you that account. I'm sorry. So this is me installing the Solana wallet. And I'm going to give control to Solana accounts here. And I can go to Solflare. I can connect on Solflare. I can access my wallet here. This is actually the UI for the wallet. Now I'm connecting with MetaMask. I'm connecting to Solflare. And I have this Solana address. This is, I just withdrew a small amount of Solana here. I can actually send from here. I can view my NFTs in my wallet here. And I can also do swaps on Solflare. And I can also connect to other Solana dApps, right? So like this is Radium. If I click connect, there's MetaMask here now. There's the MetaMask logo with the Solana logo on it. And when I click to connect, it's going to connect to MetaMask using the Solflare Solana Snap. So you'll see, here's the Fox logo. It's coming up. It's going to take a little while. There's this little pop-up right here. I click connect, again, connecting to MetaMask. It's using this Solflare widget, and this is my MetaMask account on Radium. And I can actually use Radium with MetaMask. And that's my demo. It's that simple. And if anyone has a Solana dApp, they can talk to the Solflare team and learn how to integrate MetaMask with their dApp too.
It just works. That's the coolest thing about it. It's like, it's so smooth. It bridges in the back end, if I'm not mistaken, using dBridge. Is that right? I think I can see Philip nodding.
I see Philip nodding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. We're using dBridge in the background. But
So it takes just seconds.
Maybe Christian, you can just click on the widget just that people see that this is actually a full-blown Solana wallet in here, that they can do everything. So basically they have a swap activity, whatever you want to see, you have it in there.
You can bridge from the Ethereum that you have in MetaMask to Solana, to to these Solana assets. So you can actually do like a bridge and swap, right?
Yeah, totally. From basically all EVM chains using dBridge.
Yeah. Shout out to dBridge Segal in the chat as well. Pretty mad stuff. So Colin is asking a quick question here. If this follows the wallet standard, apps wouldn't need to integrate. It just happens auto-magically.
Yes.
Any reason for that pause? That was a very awaited yes.
Yes, because, but I mean, if any issues arise, we're always here. So basically, just let us know. Just reach out to us, but it should work out of the box.
I know it works right out of the box with like Radium, with Tensor, with a lot of the larger dApps. It seems to already be functioning here, which means if you have friends from other ecosystems, or maybe you're watching this from another ecosystem, credit to you for having an open mind. Now is the best time to start to explore Solana through MetaMask and MetaMask Snaps. Drop a W in the chat for the MetaMask team, for the Solflare team. I talked about MetaMask being my first wallet. There was one wallet that really started the game back on Solana, back in the Wild West days when there was like 8 people here. No one knew really what was going on. There was one trustworthy team. I mean, there was probably more, but there was one team that everyone did trust. And it's a wallet that's continued since day one. They've been Solana only this entire time. Drop a giant W in the chat for my man, Philip from Solflare, who put together this wallet. Philip, how are you doing?
I'm awesome and great to be here. It's going to be hard to match your energy, but I'm going to try my absolute best.
Pound some espresso. That's my only advice. Solflare-licious says, come on in the chat. That I love to see. All right, I know you got a quick update here. Folks, Solflare is doing something crazy that not enough people know about. Had to get them on the call. Can you please tell people about the Sol Scout program?
Yes. So basically, we've built this super cool tech with MetaMask of allowing MetaMask users actually to get into Solana. But then the question remains, okay, what should I do in Solana? So what apps should I use? What is super cool in Solana to actually explore? And this is how actually the Sol Scout campaign came about, where you thought, okay, let's partner up with some amazing partners from the ecosystem and give them like a super easy, simple, and gamified way to actually explore some of these apps. This is how actually Sol Scout came to be. So it's 25 missions with 25 partners, and you can win $100,000 in rewards and 50 Solana sagas by just completing missions.
50 sagas.
50 sagas. That's a big fat reward pool, and I want to thank our partners who are sponsoring these rewards as well. So this is how it looks like. So you have active missions, you have missions that have been before, missions that you need to do, and missions that are still coming up. So every 3 days, a new mission unlocks. Even if you missed a mission before, that doesn't mean you can still complete it. Like, for example, the first mission was to mint a Klano that was a commemorative Klano NFT that has some Fox-like traits, super cool. But let me show you how it works. So every 3 days, as a new mission launches, you click on launch mission. Today's mission is with Sharkify, where you need to lend some Sol, and you go on lend. You lend. You lend 1 Sol. You place your offer. You approve. The transaction goes through, and that task has been completed. It will be updated in a few seconds, but it just makes you aware. Okay, this is how easy it is to lend some Sol on Sharkify, get some yield, and so on. And this is what we wanted to do with every single app in there. So we want to show the Solana community show the ETH community primarily, but it expanded to the Solana community as well. Cool NFTs, games, DeFi, whatever cool comes up with, we wanted to actually show into them. And for example, I'm the first one, even though I'm like 3 years already in the Solana ecosystem. When it started out, there are still apps that I still haven't tried out so far, and this is the perfect way to actually do it. So please join, try it out. It's cool. You can win great rewards and have fun. And because Solana is mainly about having fun as well.
That's a fact. If you got some friends in your life who maybe haven't tried out crypto just yet, this is a perfect time to do it. It's cheap, it's easy, it's fun, and they can get some big rewards from it, especially from ETH World. So do check that out. Philip, thank you so much for everything that you and the rest of the Solflare team are doing to help onboard more people. Taki Sol, shout out to Taki Sol and to Dean's List and LFG Scouts. All right. Oh, and we got Sendel here from Radium as well. Sorry, I missed you earlier around. Really quickly, just to flash up some upcoming events before we go on to our final guest. There's a bunch of good stuff happening. I mentioned the build stations in London and Berlin. Go check those out for sure. Through Super Team, we're doing a ton of office hours and pitch practice. If you're making something, send it to me. I would love to help. And then before Breakpoint, we have the MEV camp in Amsterdam. We have the Network State Conference in Amsterdam, the Super Team National Dress Ball on November 1st. It's going to be pretty great. Drip House has got a giant event on November 2nd, and then October 30th to November 3rd is, of course, Breakpoint. Shout out to Cap, shout out to Zupa team, shout out to everybody. Drip House, Phantom, November 2nd. That's right. Thank you, Diego, for helping out on that. All right, our last guest here is just been setting. I talked to a lot of founders. I talked to a lot of people deep in the ecosystem, and there's been this kind of consistent hush that falls over the crowd when people are like, "Have you seen Camino V2 yet?" Well, folks, I got good news for you all. You are all about to see Camino V2 for the very first time. Please drop a little GM in the chat for our friend Thomas from Camino Finance.
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, thanks so much, Cash, for hosting this. I always do such a good job. of it all. And yeah, this will be the first ever live demo of Camino 2.0, something we've poured our heart and soul into over the past year. Yeah, massive new upgrade, we think, in terms of what we've put together. Yeah, I guess everyone can now see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Clear. Cool. So as you know, Camino has now had this UI refresh as part of 2.0. That's just one of the elements. And Camino, we built it really because we understood that concentrated liquidity was the best place to get yield and your LP on Solana or any indexes, but actually doing it was quite complicated and quite a lot of manual intervention. So we built Camino initially to help manage these positions. And here you can see, even against holding any of the liquid stake Sol derivatives, over time, Camino's strategy, will often outprove it. And you can see all the back testing and the analytics for all of these vaults as we do it. So we basically built 2.0 really on top of this as a way to harness all the power that you get from this. And when you do this, you have this kind of full suite of DeFi products that, when unified, bring something that's like totally not done before and really only possible on Solana. So the cool thing about these liquidity vaults is that when you deposit into them, which you can just do with one click, super easy to do, and either token and everything is automated. When you deposit into them, you get fungible K tokens, right? Instead of an NFT that sort of sit there, you have fungible K tokens. And this kind of brings us to the main powerhouse or centerpiece of what 2.0 really is powered by, and that's this borrow lend market. This is not like any old borrow lend market. We spent the last year building this and sort of cherry picking really some of the most innovative and best features you see from all the other greats out there, like the Aave, Compound, the Euler, and bringing them all together into one platform. And that's features and risk management that you just don't see elsewhere. So really it has two main features here, the two sort of flagship areas that will make the biggest difference to people. One is that you have this one unified market. So I think you might have seen it on the borrow lens. If you want to do cool, new, exciting things with tokens, you have to spread them out in isolated markets, fragments liquidity everywhere, and it just becomes ineffective and not used. Here, we're actually able to confine the risk parameters correctly so that we can have all types of collateral share in the same unified market. And that allows us to do a lot of very cool things and putting it all together. And that kind of brings us to the second part, which is E mode or elevation mode. And this really allows you to group these correlated assets together, like Sol, Jito Sol, and down here you'll see some of the K tokens, right? And we'll have more. And this means that you can do much more interesting things with them than just borrow against them conservatively. You can actually use them to really squeeze out and maximize the yield that you can get in DeFi. And that, I guess, brings us to multiply here. And so very quickly, you can see that if you just come in with any of your Sol, instead of having to manually take Sol, get Jito Sol, go back and borrow and do all of this, this is all done in one click and one slider up here. You can see all the visuals, the kind of APY you might expect to get, and it all just is done in one click and super easy. You'll be able to do this also with K tokens. So that means you won't just get the best yield as a user, but you'll further the liquidity in Solana DeFi. You'll increase the liquidity for liquid stake tokens, which is just the rising tide will lift all ships. And this is something you can only really do so easily here on Solana, which is what we're super excited about. And we love the K tokens as this very high yielding collateral type. The final product that you'll see here that's live and follows our philosophy in Camino to not have idle capital just sitting around there. But we built this long short product. So using the borrow lend market, you can go long or short, Sol, Jito Sol, stable coins, just by borrowing that with simple leverage, all in one click. Everything can all be done. So you can manage any of these, deposit in, see all the simulations, how it'll go. And over here, you'll be able to see live charts and risks of everything, how it's all done. So we're very heavy on the analytics side. Yeah, basically, this abstracts away a lot of the complexities of perp markets. There's no complex fee structure or any of this stuff. So in a nutshell, that's the kind of comprehensive overview of the product. The reason why it's so cool is that when you bring and unify all of these elements together under one roof, you get a much more seamlessly integrated and cohesive product base that not only is better for the user in terms of just functionality, but actually allows for much more coherent risk management, which is something which we've really spearheaded here. And as a little alpha drop for everyone here, if you check Camino's Twitter now, momentarily, you'll see the light paper posted. You can join our Discord and check out our public risk framework, risk dashboard. All of this is going to be publicly available in extremely granular detail to everyone to see how we're dealing with this. And all this code will be open source day one. It's been double audited by OSEC and another white hat hacking. We're just super excited to let everyone come and take a look at this, gather feedback, see what stuff you guys want to see that we've missed. But bringing this all together, I think, is just going to really help lift and elevate Solana DeFi and just give a much better and more feature-rich DeFi experience for everyone.
I gotta say, I give you some feedback right now, Thomas. That was crazy. I almost swore, but I'm not allowed to swear on these things. That was, I can say,
I think you did last time though. Yeah,
I can say that's fucking crazy. I'll do a little shout out to Soul Jakey and the Mad Lads folks. Absolutely bananas. That's what innovation in DeFi looks like, folks. Much easier to use, much easier to understand the risks that are involved in the analytics that are there, all in one clean package, trying out new things, new light paper. That's the kind of only possible in Solana innovation we love to see. Obviously, this is not a recommendation that you go invest. If you didn't understand what was just said, don't try to risk your money.
Yes.
Don't do your own research, think it all through. But if you are into DeFi, this is a killer product. Private beta, baby, join the Discord, says Daweed as well. And it's open salsa, as Miltron says. Shout out to Miltron, Super Team Mexico in the building. Excellent. Thomas, thanks so much for coming out. People go check out Camino Finance.
Yeah. Guys, if any questions, this stuff, we're here to answer it all.
Love it. And a dope logo as well, says Colin, which is true. That's true. Excellent. So we have just a few minutes left. There's one question, just Thomas. When is this actually going live?
Yeah, so the beta's going to be live next week. So if you join the Discord, you can come and get access to it and take a look around. But I think the full public launch will be after everyone in the beta testing has broken it and we fixed it. So maybe a couple of weeks after that, ideally before breakpoint. It should go live. There will be points. There will be all types of bonanza stuff that you can get there. Keep an eye out for it. And it should be a good one.
The people, they love the points. There's no question.
Points leading to some good stuff as well. So yeah, it should be good.
That's what we call
Alpha. Drop.
All right, folks, we're going to go on to our next section real quick before we hit the Soul Jakey world premiere for his new video. You're not going to want to miss it. Is our section here. A few quick bounties to showcase. If you're not already on earn.superteam.fund, what are you doing with your life? Like, are you allergic to success or something? Like, come on, man. You got to get on there. A dev tutorial, $900 on here from the Solana mobile stack. We got a Twitter thread about Access Protocol paying $1,000, which I love to see as well. Summarize your findings, do the research, tell the good people about it. People in Sierra Leone love money. Developers, says King, my boy. There we go. So those are two open bounties right now that anyone here can go participate in. We have another set of jobs as well. Orca, looking for a product designer. So maybe you're not a dev, but you got some design chops, thinking through both the UI and the UX. Go head over to that. That's on earn.superteam.fund. And a job at Pyth as a community manager. A lot of folks over on this call, I think, would be great for this role. Pyth, obviously an Oracle network that goes multi-chain, technically very advanced, very cool. Go check those people out. Also, as a reminder, actually, it's not even a reminder. This is alpha. There's $180,000 of side prizes for Hyperdrive listed on Super Team Earn right now. That means even if you do not win a main prize or get fourth place on a main prize, there's still another $180,000 that you could win over on that site. So make sure that you submit on those side projects. Tell your friends, depends on how good friends you are with them, to go check that out as well. And if you have a project and you want more content made, more developers to help you out, you need a designer, go list it on Super Team Earn. Big shout out to Pratik Dolani, to Yash, Abhishek, and the rest of the team working on that, Parag as well, putting that together, earn.superteam.fund. Okay, that is all. Tell nobody, says Bloody P. The world premiere of the latest Soul Jakey video. Jakey, are you on the call right now as well? If you are, can you raise your hand real fast? This photo actually just kind of looks like Jakey normally, if I'm being honest.
Good morning. Good morning. I just woke up not too long ago. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, quick little backstory. One of my favorite shows growing up was Silent Library on the MTV channel, TV channel. And so I remember we brought it back in Web 2 and it was a great success. So I figured why not add some Mad Lads energy and bring it back in Web 3. A piece of content that is digestible and entertained in Web 2, but also Web 3 with that little Mad Lads effect. So that's what this is. Thank you for having me up here. I'm super excited.
Let's try it out. What is Silent Library? Asks Jenry. You're about to find out, my friend.
Okay, guys. Today we are doing Silent Library. I am joined by Cash and my buddy Rylas. The rules are very simple. We have 3 objects that can cause discomfort or bodily harm. We have 3 cards. We will each draw a card. On the count of 3, whoever pulls the Joker has to do the designated action on the list. Okay, on the count of 3, okay? 3, 2, 1. Don't press anything yet. It's still going. It wouldn't stop. Alright guys, if you guys enjoyed that episode of Silent Library, make sure to show some love. If you want us to do another, yeah, just leave a reply, comment, do all that jazz. Did you guys have fun? Absolutely. Fuck yeah.
The thing is, Jakey, I like you so much. I don't know why I like watching you in pain so much as well. You're a lovely, sweet guy, and yet every time I watch you hurt yourself, it is very funny to me for whatever reason. Drop a little W in the chat, Jakey. Is this on Twitter? Can we get people to start to retweet this and spread the Mad Lads meme far and wide? If you can drop the link in the chat, people might be able to start to get it out there and get the RTs flowing. As Jakey comes here, I know we are coming up on time. So we are at the best part of the show, or maybe one of the best parts of the show. There it is. It's in the chat right now. Let me, am I logged in on this? I think so. Let's put this out into the world. Get this out there. Watching in the super team down with Cash on and the crew. Shout out to Roach Rights and everybody else who's out here. I'll play the little, it's always a great time having you. Thanks for joining so much. Shout out to the team that makes this work. Wouldn't be able to do it without them. Susan, Yush, Doris, and myself. Thanks for coming. And then the music ends pretty abruptly. But thank you, everybody, for coming out. Drop a little W in the chat. Appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed it. Bring your friends to the next one. We'd love to have more people here. Tweet about this. Let people know that they're missing something if they don't come to this.